Have you guys seen this? Palladium? You guys should check it out. This is volume XXX, issue number 69. And they're talking about top 5 men and women of ALS. Why am I not here? This video is not sponsored by Palladium, but because my friend is the president, you guys should follow Palladium. If you guys haven't read it yet, it's a good break from all the law school grind. So yeah, check it out. But really, this video is not about Palladium. This video is about finals. That's right. Finals coming up, especially to the freshmen. This video is for you. Here are the top tips for the finals week to help you stay in law school. So check it out. So before you tackle the finals, you have to know yourself. It's all about self-awareness. What does that mean? First, you have to know where you are most effective studying.
So hi, I'm Mika Peswanya. I study usually in Starbucks, Coffee Bean, any place at night that is 24 hours. Tapos finals week, I usually go to UCC kasi wake up early in the morning, breakfast, lunch, then coffee, then go straight to the test.
Coffee shops talaga. Kasi na-realize ko, I study better when there's background noise. Parang if it's in the library or something na quiet, na sumasakit yung ulo ko. So yeah, something na background noise.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm currently from 3C, where to study either at the Lib or at Starbucks.
Hi guys, I'm Joe Santos. I'm from 2B. Most of the time I like studying outside kasi when I study in my room or in my apartment, medyo the silence is kind of makes it hard to focus. So if you prefer studying in a place where it's more you can look at other things, then I suggest you study in a coffee shop ganun, or kahit sa restaurant na meron kang favorite food na gusto mong kainin. But preferably siguro mga coffee shops not too noisy but not too quiet either.
Hi Freshies, my name is Mitch Espiritu, your student council president. I always study sa bahay. May sarili akong study table doon. I want everything organized, everything magkakasunod kung ano yung aaralin ko. And when I'm in school, I always study in LSAC.
Hi, I'm Sherdil's blockmate. For me, for finals, I normally study at home for daily grind. But I feel like for finals, I can't risk like being lax or just internet stuff like that. So 2 weeks before finals, I'd find myself studying out. I don't know if it'll work for you kasi some people talaga ayaw nilang coffee shop, but if that works for you, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Nina Santiago from 3B. I usually study outside bahay kasi pag sa bahay nandun yung distractions like super fast internet and then your bed, tas TV. So usually nag-aaral ako it's either sa Lib or kung wala naman pasok, anywhere like Starbucks, sa malls.
Hi, I'm Loy. Hi guys, I'm Pao. We usually study here at the center. Tambay kami dito for like 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Yeah. Because it's quiet. Yeah, there's nobody here. Yeah, and if not here, we like studying at EGI, the Uni Lounge. I think Taft people know this. They're open until 5 a.m. So yeah, that's a good place to solid. study. Only coffee. Yeah, only coffee for only 350 pesos. And only Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Second, you have to know whether you prefer studying alone or with other people.
Sa coffee shops, at least max 2 people because I end up talking with other people. So yun, max na yung 2 people.
Hi, I'm Jill Gandinko from 3B. I was actually from 1F before I went to 3B. I prefer studying alone. I like to understand the subject first before I go and meet other students to discuss. Like with Sherdil and Pierce, for example, we study in the library like 2 hours before the exam, just so we have everybody's inputs and it all gets thrown in together.
Depends actually if I want to socialize with people or not. So if I want to focus in studying, I go to the Lib or to the second floor study area because people there focus and they don't really talk. So if you want to be alone, I suggest you go either to the Lib or to the second floor. Now, if you want to have a bit more chat time or socialize with friends, I suggest you go to Starbucks or any coffee area, or actually ask your friends if you want to study together, then you go there.
I like to study with friends, pero as much as possible, you should try studying studying alone and reviewing your notes, making notes, finishing all your codal reviews, and then once you're confident that you can learn on your own, then you can discuss with your friends like a few days before the finals about the doctrines or the lessons or the notes that you can share, because it really helps in making sure that you guys are on the same page, or you know everything that you need to know about the subject.
Why LSAC? Because after I study alone in my own study room, I want to discuss yung main topics, yung power topics, or yung mga issues na naiisip ko regarding the topics with my blockmates, with my friends. Since with that, ma-reinforce kung ano yung tama and makapag-argue kami kung ano talaga yung hinahanap ng prof or kung ano talaga yung sinasabi ng law.
The grind itself, I have to study alone because I can't memorize or study if there's a lot of people. But for subjects that I have a hard time with, it's very important. Like a day before or during the day itself, I discuss Amplex with people, just to make sure that I understand it correct. Or for example, if there's a question that I don't get, it's really helpful to discuss with my blockmates, or let them explain concepts that I don't get. No one should be an island during finals week, even if it's reaching out just a few minutes before.
And stuff. Tas how many usually kasama ko, like isa lang, dalawa lang kami. May study buddy ako. Tas yung study buddy ko, like sure dapat na hindi kami nag-uusap. Yung kaya kong hindi kausapin for like matagal.
Well, usually we study alone, but then our alone studying means
this is our alone.
Each other. We don't really, we ask each other questions, but then that's just it.
That's just the end part.
Yeah.
We don't talk to each other much. Yeah.
And third, you have to know what's your best time to study.
I think mornings. I'm a morning person, so I start early in the morning, and then I study the whole morning and until right before my class.
For memorization, I study at night since by the time you go to sleep, mag-process siya sa brain mo and you will retain it better. For the details, for the other parts, I study in the morning. I wake up early, then study. Then by the time you have your exam, super solid na yung things you memorized, and also yung details, alam mo na rin.
I feel like for finals week, the best time is when you have the time. So some profs will give you a free cut before the week before finals. Some profs won't. So really, when you have the free time, like go start your finals grind already.
Tas best time to study, it depends kasi may ibang morning person. Pero ako kasi hindi ako morning person. Tas peak time ko talaga yung mga 10 to 11 p.m. onwards. So, yan.
So now you've figured out where you like studying, you figured out who you like studying with, or that you like studying alone, and you figured out what time of the day you're going to study. Then next thing you have to ask yourself is, what kind of a learner are you? So there are three types of learners generally. The first type is the visual learner, where you base your learnings predominantly from pictures and images. Second type are the kinesthetic learners. So these are the guys like me who learn by doing something physical. Like if you're walking around, you like running around, you like memorizing while taking a jog or what, you're a kinesthetic learner. Third is the auditory learner. This is person who learns by listening, or he likes or she likes to say things and repeat it over and over again until it sticks. So those are three types.
For my studying style, probably visual and auditory, because I study best with music. I don't really move. I'm better like imagining things visually and drawing things in my paper.
Kinesthetic. I like studying while walking around. And auditory kasi I find that I'm most effective when I read out loud the things I'm reading or sa Kodal. So, ayun.
Also, I think I study better. I study better when I have reviewers or my own notes and not just simply relying on the reviewers of other people. There's always reviewers that can be provided by other people or the upper batches, but it's different when you study and make your own notes because you really have a mastery of the lesson on your own. Make tables as much as possible. If there are things that you can distinguish or differentiate, then you can make tables because it's easier to memorize, and medyo tamad ako mag-Kodal, so that makes me easier to study when I have visuals and pictures or visual representations. Make sure if nasa-stress na kayo, like take a nap, or sometimes I have a beer kahit na walang umiinom dapat ng finals, pero well, it helps me, and whatever helps you to relax for just at least an hour, then I think you should do it. Don't panic, yun lang naman, and be confident that you studied enough during the year, and if may kailangan ka habulin, if all else fails, just study your Kodal, ask help from your friends, and don't be afraid. This is easy, kaya natin to.
I'm a kinesthetic learner. Pag may binabasa ako or may gusto akong i-memorize, gusto kong naglalakad ako, sinasabi ko, like, well, kita nyo naman, ang dami kong hand gestures. Paulit-ulit kong sinasabi. And with that, naglalakad lang ako around the school, actually dun sa garden area. I memorize and I also speak out kung ano yung minimemorize ko.
For me, I have to write everything down. So, is that visual or kinesthetic? Yeah, I have to write stuff down, and for a lot of people, that's very taxing. But for me, that's the only way I can remember stuff, if I write it down.
One read, highlight, and then yung second read ko is doon ako like nagmo-mark ng notes ko on the side. Tapos after nun, if yung pang for finals na talaga, like yung weeks before finals, doon ako naggagawa ng sarili kong notes if kaya. Visual and then writing.
Visual and kinesthetic because I like writing notes at the same time reading what I read before.
Visual and kinesthetic, but my memorization comes with the writing.
Yep.
I just read and then just write down when I need to memorize.
Once you figured out what type of learner you are, then you have to listen and ask yourself, what are the other small tips that I can implement for my study in the finals?
So, okay, I'm not the best person to give you tips because I failed tests too, but I can tell you what not to do is to oversleep and to not sleep at all. Also, I think it's best to never forget your Kodals. Drop all the daily grind and start studying for finals.
Take your daily grind seriously. It's always nangyayari sa akin pag finals or midterms. Nag-regret ako, ba't di ko sineryosa yung daily grind. So from the start, take it seriously. But yeah, I guess stick to one material. Kasi alam ko, ang daming reviewers sa law school, daming materials. And you try to finish all na one read. So ako, parang since multiple reads yung kailangan ko, stick to one material. Or better talaga, make your own. Kasi mas nag-work yung mind mo if you write things down or ikaw yung mismo yung gawa ng reviewer, which I hope to do in the future. Yan. And for sanity, it's always find it better to talk to your parents every after the exam or during the night of the exam. As in, kasi may tendency tayo mag-block out ng family or friends during exam week kasi exam season. But talking to them, it's really relaxing. And at least may mapag-rantan ka na hindi sila bibigay sa'yo kung ano yung sagot nila sa exam. Pwede ka lang mag-rant. So, ayan.
I'd say you should commit to certain study materials. Read it, try to read it as much as you can. You can do it twice, good. If you can't, try your best to understand it in the first round para at least it's not that hard to remember things again during the exam. Ask for tips from upper batch because they will surely help you with the numerous resources available. Exam taking, I'd say manage your time well. There's 20 numbers, make sure you have enough time to get to the very end. Don't leave things blank. And always remember that teachers really look for the issue, that you understand the question, and so even if you really don't know the answer, at least try to make sure that you figure out what the question is really about.
I usually wait for the schedule to be decided by the Beadles so that I can schedule it. So I usually start with the last exam first. I started studying conflicts like last week, and then every day since then it's reverse order. Para on the last weekend, it's the first subject that I'm studying for now. And I make sure everything's covered. But I usually just stick to the codal so that because there's nothing no wrong or no harm can be done if you just stick to the codal. And then I do yoga sometimes just so I don't lose my mind. As much as possible, like stick to codal and write the provisions down because it helps the recall. And then, I don't know, if you're the type who takes your daily grind seriously, then it's really not a problem. But, it's your own style. Consti cases, the best way to do it is remember it by like a buzzword or like some random fact. Just so you always remember it. And when you answer the exam, you already know the facts.
A week before finals, usually for first year, a lot of the classes are already done a week prior to finals. So I suggest you study in advance, study codal. During the daily grind, I'm assuming that you've already read once the books. So try to focus on your highlights or your notes. Go back to the notes in your books. Do a second read for finals. Yun. For last minute tips, if you don't know what to study anymore, study codal and memorize it. Focus on the keywords because sometimes, most of the time, you actually have to be precise. Try to memorize or at least know what the substance of the law is.
Codal, lahat naman ng basic stuff nasa codal. You can write the doctrines of the cases dun sa codal mismo para isa lang talaga yung hawak mo. Also, rest well before every finals. It's better to rest well knowing yung mga fundamental principles ng law rather than ikram mo lahat ng details. And by the time you take the exam, medyo sabaw-sabaw ka na. So, rest well and pray.
You know what? Just do it. Listen to your profs. For example, for us, our Oblicon final, our prof specifically told us to look at the cases that he would assign. So that was what we focused on. So sometimes your profs would give you an idea of where their final would concentrate, and it's important for you to take note of that. Of course, study everything, but focus on what the prof says.
Start early, like bawasan na yung kailangan aralin. And then make sure na before ka mag-exam, at least naka minimum of 2 reads ka of the reading. Kasi pag first lang, ang yabang mo na. Joke. Pero yun, at least 2 reads. And then make sure na yung notes mo, maayos na siya. And then yun na lang yung kailangan mong aralin during the finals itself. And, codal forever.
So we're from Block A since first year. So we know that right now, you're studying for the big 3. Oblicon, Crim 2, and Consti 2, right? Oblicon, if you have FLJ, I'm pretty sure that, and if you did the daily grind, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Just memorize. No joke. Memorize the provisions.
And go back to the cases. Because even though that he's more focused on the book and the codal during the daily grind, he will go back to the cases, definitely.
Yeah.
For Consti, no shortcuts. Tap everything. I mean, you should study smart, but don't forgo any topic because usually one topic is 10 points, so that's bye-bye 10 points if you skip one. For Dean Vanny, Dean Vanny, we had no choice. We had to memorize everything.
Elements, guys. Elements.
Not kidding. We really did memorize everything. Elements, and we put them in index cards, and then we just quizzed each other until the time of the exam.
You guys can do this.
Yeah.
We did it.
It just seems so heavy, but it's doable. And you'll do fine.
pray and don't get sick.
Yeah, pray and don't get sick.
Well, don't think about your past failures. Those don't define you. Instead, use them to push you further, knowing that there's more room for improvement. Fill in that gap.